Alright guys, so welcome back to another fanfiction idea, and today, as you can see, I'm going to be doing a Batman Carmen Sandiego crossover, but this is going to be a little different. This is not going to be like Batman comic meets the original 90s Carmen Sandiego. What this is going to be is Carmen Sandiego from the new show, which guys, if you haven't already, go check out the new Carmen Sandiego show. I absolutely love it. I haven't done a full review on it, but I've been really enjoying it. I will just say, if you like Kim Possible, you're gonna love this. If you love Kim Possible, you're gonna love this show. So, in this story also, so it's gonna be that version of Carmen Sandiego with Batman from the 90s cartoon. So this is Batman the animated series. So, kind of like, I took a little bit of inspiration from the Batman TMNT crossover where 90s Batman met the 2012 Turtles. So that was kind of the idea. Anyway, so let's get started with this story. So in this story, Carmen has discovered that basically what's going on is that she's discovered that Vile has come to Gotham City and is essentially like, we're going to steal this artifact. We're going to straight up steal this artifact from the Gotham Museum that has always had like a shady origin. Like it's basically this artifact is like an owl statue, and you already know where this is going. You can probably already guess where this is going. So it's an owl statue that has been like a part of Gotham's history. Like it's always been around. Like no one knows where it came from, but it was like from the founding families of Gotham. Like Gotham in this continuity was found by the founding families, and it was once called Owlton in the early days of like Gotham's inception. But then the city got changed into Gotham City later on, and this has been part of its like this little figure has always been like a piece of that history. Like it's been since Gotham's inception. So they're gonna steal it. Vile is going to try to steal it, and Carmen's off there to stop it. Well, of course, Batman gets wind of it because Carmen's actions get detected, and the agents of Acme, specifically Julia and Devino, her partner, both go, and they're like, hey, Carmen Sandiego's in your city. We'll capture her for you. Don't worry, GCPD. We are on the case. And Batman, of course, they're like, okay. So Gordon tells them, look, I'm not the guy you want to talk to. Oh, yeah, I am a guy you want to talk to, but there's someone else you really need to talk to more. And they're like, who? And Batman shows up behind him and is like, me. And, of course, Devino's like, oh, shit! Dude, you're real? So Devino is like, I don't need this asshole. I don't need some freak in a costume to catch Carmen. I can do it myself. And Batman's like, sure you can, buddy. Call me when you need me. I'll be looking for Carmen Sandiego on my own way. Meanwhile, Carmen is trying to sneak into the museum, excuse me. And while she's there, she runs into Tigress and Paper Star, who both were sent in to get this artifact. While she's fighting them, Catwoman shows up, is like yoink, and bolts. So Catwoman gets away with it. Carmen manages to evade them. And what happens, however, is Selina runs right into the last person she expected to see. The Phantasm. Andrea Beaumont is back in Gotham City. And you may be wondering, well, how does this all tie in? Hang on. So, of course, after the owl statue is recovered, the owl figure is recovered by the Phantasm, and Selina gets the shit kicked out of her. Bruce arrives, and he thinks that that Carmen attacks Selina. They fight. Batman beats down Carmen because she's like, I had no idea. I knew I couldn't fight Batman head on. I'm not in his league. So she gets taken out. Oh, she gets beaten down. But then when Batman goes to help Catwoman, she's like, it wasn't the girl. It wasn't Carmen. It was, it was the Phantasm. And that freaks Bruce out because the last time he saw Andrea, she and the Joker were engulfed in flames. So, yeah. But he's like, no, it cannot be it cannot be Beaumont. There's no way it can be Andrea. She has to be dead. Like, this has to be someone else in the Phantasm costume. So, and while at the same time, Batman's trying to figure out what this is all about, pertaining to the owl statue. So Carmen is also trying to figure it out as well, but eventually what happens is that Carmen gets attacked, but not by someone from Vile. She gets attacked by a Talon. So yes, you already figured it out. The Court of Owl. This is the debut. This is my version of a Batman TAS version of the Court of Owls. That's the main antagonist here, is a animated universe version of the Court of Owls. And in this continuity, basically what it was that they did found Gotham. They did manipulate it for the longest time. And they've been manipulating it from the shadows, much like in the comics. However, they've been a little different. They operate a little different. They've known about Batman. They've just been letting him, because here's the thing: they were working through organized crime. They were basically pulling all the strings for like Roland Daggett and Rupert Thorne and all of them, but they had always been like the masterminds raking in the cash through dark money. So when Batman showed up and crashed the party, they were like, well, this is not going to work anymore. So when the rise of these new supervillains started to show up in Gotham, they're like, oh, well, Batman can handle all these freaks and he'll be too busy for us, so we can keep running Gotham while he's handling all these other little things. So as that's been going on, they've also been, they also had someone else. They also were training someone else to take, because they knew they were going to have to take on Batman at some point. Batman was an inevitability. That was the big thing, was that Batman was an inevitability. But they needed someone who could get in close, because they already figured out it's Bruce Wayne. Like, it's no doubt it's Bruce. There's no doubt about it's Bruce Wayne. But they needed someone who could get in and destroy Batman and Bruce Wayne at the same time. Because you have to kill both. And you maybe think, how do you kill both? You have to destroy the icon and you have to destroy the man. That's how it works. You can't just destroy Batman, because then Bruce Wayne will be seen, and both Bruce Wayne and Batman will be seen as a martyr, and their thing will still keep going. So you need someone who can either kill Batman or turn him away from his crusade. It's the only way. So how they did that was that they found Andrea Beaumont, who they found her after her father's death and the betrayal of his mob family. They found her, they trained her, and wanted to make her a Talon, but she got away. She managed to get away from them, and has now been kind of on the run from them, because they're like, you were supposed to be our key weapon. But when she came back, they were like, yeah, we're going to find this bitch now, when she came back the first time. And that's why she vanished at the end, was because it was more like, the court is going to get me. Like I wanted to have it like in between Mask of the Phantasm, she was trying to fight Talons. She was fighting her way through Talons as she was trying to go through her revenge. So you're probably wondering now, well, where does Carmen fit into all this? Well, Carmen is still trying to like figure out all this shit herself, like, because the court has been like a myth. The Court of Owls have been like a myth for the longest time, and there's literally nothing about them. Like, they were always treated like the boogeyman of Gotham. And what happens is that Carmen is also trying, like Batman, is also trying to figure out why the hell are they after this owl statue, this owl figure. Turns out that owl figure holds like the key to the owl's nest, the Court of Owls main HQ. It was like it's the only way to like get in there. So Andrea stole it because she wants to take on the court head on, like the court's heads head on. So from there, Batman and Carmen eventually meet up again, and she's like, look, your girlfriend is Phantasm is going to go wage a war against the court, and the court is going to kill her, and I got to keep that relic out of Vile's hands. Meanwhile, while this is going on, Vile, when they find out that the court is real, they're like, hey, maybe we can join up with the Court of Owls. They're cool. We can work something out between Vile and us. And the court is like, fuck out of here. Fuck you think this is? fuck out of our city. So Vile is like scared out of pursuing this, but Carmen, while Vile gets literally scared out of Gotham by the Court of Owls, she's like, no, I still gotta help. This is way in over Batman's head. So Batman and Carmen team up, find Andrea, and they take on the court, fight a bunch of Talons, but unfortunately, Andrea, she uses this the owl statue because it's not only like a way to get in, it's a way to blow up the whole damn place. So Andrea blows up the court of owls, killing all the Talons, and as the place is coming down, Batman's trying like, no, I can save her. Carmen gets her out of there, and unfortunately, at the end of it, you don't know if Andrea survived the cave-in or not, or if any of the court survived. So that was kind of like the end of the story, is like it's a lingering question of, oh, is the court still out there? Is Andrea still alive? Like a typical Batman episode. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much the whole story. At the end of it, Carmen gets away. She manages to get away from him, from Batman. It's more like Batman lets her go, because when she explains, hey, I'm not really a thief. I am a thief, but I'm fighting a bigger ring of thieves. It's tough to explain. You just got to roll with it. And Batman's like, all right, I'm gonna turn around for about 2 minutes, as I, just because I think I see some clues over here. So I'm gonna give you a 2-minute head start. If I turn back around, you're still here, you're gonna get arrested. So Carmen yeets out of there, and Batman goes back to his cave to sulk and brood. But yeah, that was the idea. I didn't really want to focus on the other villains like Joker and whatnot. And also, Max and Ivy, they fool around with the rest of the Bat family and whatnot to like give cover for Carmen while she's dealing with Batman and trying to steal the relics. So they're usually relegated to dealing with with Robin and Nightwing and Batgirl. So, yeah, just fun stuff. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this crossover? Did you guys like it, hate it? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.